What if the secret to waking up with perfect blood sugar was sitting in your kitchen right now? Most people with diabetes or prediabetes dread that first morning glucose check. You followed all the rules yesterday, yet those numbers are still higher than when you went to bed. It's frustrating, confusing, and can make you feel like you're doing something wrong. But here's what most doctors never mention. Certain beverages consumed at the right time before bed can actually stabilize your glucose while you sleep. Today you'll discover 3 simple drinks that have helped thousands of people wake up with dramatically lower morning numbers. Some have seen drops of 20, 30, even 40 points just by adding these beverages to their evening routine. The best part? You probably have most of the ingredients in your kitchen already. The morning blood sugar problem. Let's talk about why those morning blood sugar readings can be so frustratingly high, even when you've been careful the day before. There's a biological process called the dawn phenomenon that affects nearly everyone with diabetes or prediabetes. In the early morning hours, usually between 2 a.m. and 8 a.m., your body naturally releases a surge of hormones including cortisol, growth hormone, and adrenaline. These hormones are actually trying to help you wake up and have energy for the day. But they have an unfortunate side effect. They signal your liver to release stored glucose into your bloodstream. For people without diabetes, the pancreas simply releases more insulin to handle this extra glucose. But for those with diabetes or prediabetes, the pancreas can't keep up, resulting in those high morning readings that start your day on the wrong foot. Traditional advice has a major blind spot here. Most diabetes education focuses on what you eat during the day, particularly dinner. While that matters, it completely overlooks what happens during those critical overnight hours when the dawn phenomenon is actively raising your glucose. It's like preparing for a rainstorm by only waterproofing the front of your house while leaving the back completely exposed. Here's something most people don't realize. Liquids are processed differently than solid foods, especially before bed. When you consume a properly formulated beverage, the nutrients are absorbed more quickly and can immediately begin working on your overnight metabolism. Liquids require less digestive effort, don't disrupt sleep the way heavy foods can, and deliver active compounds directly to your liver, the very organ responsible for that dawn glucose release. The timing is absolutely critical. There's a specific window before sleep when these drinks are most effective, not too early and not too late. Each of the 3 drinks works within a different optimal time frame, creating a strategic approach to controlling the dawn phenomenon before it even starts. This isn't about masking symptoms or forcing your glucose down temporarily. These beverages actually work with your body's natural processes to prevent the problem at its source. And that's why so many people are seeing dramatic improvements in those morning numbers after years of frustration. The bedtime drink strategy. Now that we understand the problem, let's talk about why a strategic bedtime beverage approach works so much better than traditional methods. When it comes to controlling overnight blood sugar, beverages have several key advantages over solid foods. First, liquids don't require extensive digestion. This means the active compounds can get to work faster, precisely when your body needs them. Second, properly formulated drinks won't disrupt your sleep the way heavy foods might. Quality sleep itself is crucial for blood sugar control, so this creates a double benefit. Third, these specific beverages deliver targeted nutrients directly to your liver and muscles during the critical hours when the dawn phenomenon begins. The 3 drinks we're about to explore work through different but complementary mechanisms. Each one targets a specific aspect of overnight glucose control. The first mechanism is slowing down your liver's glucose production. Remember, during those early morning hours, your liver is programmed to release stored glucose. The right compounds can gently regulate this process without jolting your system. The second mechanism is improving insulin sensitivity. Even a modest improvement in how your cells respond to insulin can dramatically change how your body handles glucose overnight. The third mechanism is reducing inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation makes insulin resistance worse and contributes to those morning spikes. Certain compounds in these drinks have powerful anti-inflammatory properties that work while you sleep. Timing is everything with this approach. Each drink has an optimal window before bedtime when it's most effective. One works best about 1 to 2 hours before sleep, another is most effective 30 to 60 minutes before bed, and the third should be consumed just 15 to 30 minutes before your head hits the pillow. This staggered timing creates a continuous effect throughout the night, addressing different phases of the dawn phenomenon. Let's now dive into each of these 3 powerful bedtime beverages, starting with one that has been studied extensively for its dramatic effects on morning glucose. Drink number 1, the apple cider vinegar mixture. The first powerful bedtime drink might surprise you. It's a simple apple cider vinegar mixture that has shown remarkable results for overnight glucose control. Here's the exact recipe. Mix 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar with 8 ounces of water. For better taste and additional benefits, add a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon and a small squeeze of lemon. This isn't just folk medicine. The science behind why this works is fascinating. The acetic acid in apple cider vinegar temporarily blocks certain enzymes in your digestive tract that break down starches into sugars. More importantly, it increases insulin sensitivity in a unique way that continues working for hours after consumption. Studies published in the Journal of Diabetes Research found that consuming apple cider vinegar before a high-carb meal reduced blood sugar spikes by 34%. But the most interesting discovery came when researchers tested it before bedtime. They found it reduced fasting blood sugar the next morning by an average of 4 to 6%. That might not sound like much, but it can mean the difference between waking up at 140 and waking up at 110. Margaret, a 62-year-old from Ohio, had struggled with morning readings between 150 to 170 despite trying everything her doctor recommended. After adding this apple cider vinegar drink to her evening routine, her morning numbers dropped to 120 to 130 within just 3 days. By the 2-week mark, she was consistently waking up with readings around 110. The timing for this drink is crucial. It works best when consumed 1 to 2 hours before bedtime. This allows the acetic acid to regulate liver function during the critical early morning hours, when glucose production normally increases. Many people dislike the taste of apple cider vinegar, which is understandable. If that's you, try these variations. Use sparkling water instead of flat water, add a drop of stevia for sweetness, or make a tea version by adding the vinegar to warm herbal tea along with the cinnamon. A word of caution, this drink isn't for everyone. Those with acid reflux, stomach ulcers, or kidney problems should consult their doctor first. Also, always dilute apple cider vinegar properly, as the undiluted form can damage tooth enamel and the esophagus. When prepared correctly, this simple mixture can make a dramatic difference in those frustrating morning numbers. Drink number 2, the cinnamon tea formulation. The second bedtime drink is a specially formulated cinnamon tea that works through a completely different mechanism than the apple cider vinegar mixture. Here's how to prepare it perfectly. Start with 8 ounces of hot water and add 1 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon powder or a Ceylon cinnamon stick. Let it steep for 5 to 7 minutes, then strain if needed. For enhanced effectiveness, add a small pinch of cloves and a slice of fresh ginger. The type of cinnamon matters tremendously. Ceylon cinnamon, often called true cinnamon, contains higher levels of the beneficial compounds that help with blood sugar compared to the more common cassia cinnamon. It also contains significantly lower levels of coumarin, a compound that can be harmful to the liver in high doses. The science behind cinnamon's blood sugar benefits is remarkable. Compounds in cinnamon actually mimic insulin in your body, helping glucose enter your cells more effectively. Studies from the American Diabetes Association Journal found that these compounds increase insulin sensitivity by activating insulin receptors. Even more fascinating, cinnamon helps block an enzyme that inactivates insulin receptors, allowing your insulin to work more efficiently throughout the night. This tea works best when consumed 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime. This timing allows the active compounds to be at peak effectiveness during the middle of your sleep cycle, when insulin resistance typically worsens. James, a 57-year-old from Arizona with type 2 diabetes, had been waking up with readings between 160 to 180 despite taking metformin. After adding this cinnamon tea to his nightly routine, his morning numbers dropped to 130 to 140 within the first week. By the third week, he was consistently seeing readings between 110 to 125. His doctor was so impressed with the change that he asked what James was doing differently for even better results. Consider these enhancements. Add a small splash of unsweetened almond milk to improve the absorption of cinnamon as fat-soluble compounds, or include a quarter teaspoon of turmeric for its additional anti-inflammatory benefits. There are several common mistakes to avoid with this approach. Don't use cinnamon capsules instead of actual cinnamon in tea form. The tea extraction process helps release the most beneficial compounds. Don't add sugar or honey, which would counteract the benefits. And don't exceed the recommended amount of cinnamon, as more isn't necessarily better when it comes to these active compounds. This simple yet powerful tea can be one of your strongest allies in the fight against high morning blood sugar. Drink number 3, the protein mineral nightcap. The third and perhaps most powerful bedtime drink combines protein with specific minerals to create what many are calling the ultimate nightcap for blood sugar stability. Here's the exact recipe. Mix 1 tablespoon of unsweetened plain Greek yogurt with 8 ounces of unsweetened almond milk. Add a quarter teaspoon of ground flaxseed, a small pinch of sea salt, and a dash of cinnamon. Blend or whisk until smooth. The science behind this drink is particularly fascinating. While carbohydrates can raise blood sugar and fat has minimal immediate impact, protein actually helps stabilize blood glucose throughout the night. This happens because protein stimulates a modest insulin response, just enough to counteract the dawn phenomenon, but not enough to cause a blood sugar crash. Protein also slows down digestion, providing a steady release of amino acids that help maintain stable glucose levels for hours. But the real magic happens when you add specific minerals to the mix. The magnesium in the almond milk and flaxseed helps improve insulin sensitivity at the cellular level. Studies show that magnesium deficiency is strongly linked to insulin resistance, and correcting this deficiency can lower morning glucose readings by 10 to 15%. The chromium naturally present in Greek yogurt helps your insulin work more efficiently. Even the small pinch of sea salt provides trace minerals that support proper glucose metabolism overnight. This drink should be consumed 15 to 30 minutes before bedtime. This specific timing allows the protein and minerals to be actively working during the critical pre-dawn hours when liver glucose production typically increases. For those who prefer dairy-free options, you can substitute the Greek yogurt with unsweetened coconut yogurt or hemp protein powder. The key is maintaining that balance of protein and minerals without adding carbohydrates. Robert, a 64-year-old from Florida with long-standing type 2 diabetes, had struggled with dawn phenomenon for years. His morning readings typically ranged from 170 to 190 despite multiple medications. After trying this protein mineral nightcap, he saw his morning numbers drop to 140 to 150 within just a few days. By the end of the month, he was consistently waking up around 120 to 130. His endocrinologist was so impressed that she began recommending this approach to other patients. What makes this drink particularly effective is how it addresses multiple aspects of dawn phenomenon simultaneously. The protein provides a stabilizing influence on blood sugar, the minerals enhance insulin sensitivity, and the cinnamon adds additional glucose-lowering benefits. Together, they create a powerful formula that works synergistically while you sleep. This simple nightcap could be the missing piece in your blood sugar management puzzle, especially if you've been frustrated by high morning readings despite doing everything else right. Would you like me to explain how to put all 3 drinks together in a rotation strategy? Putting it all together. Now that you understand these 3 powerful bedtime drinks, you might be wondering, should you use all of them or just pick one? The answer depends on your specific situation. For those with mildly elevated morning numbers, typically under 140, starting with just 1 drink is often enough to see significant improvement. The apple cider vinegar mixture tends to work fastest for most people, making it a good first choice. For those with more stubborn morning hyperglycemia, readings above 150, a strategic rotation of all 3 drinks often provides the best results. Here's a simple rotation strategy that many find effective. Use the apple cider vinegar mixture on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Try the cinnamon tea on Tuesday and Saturday. Use the protein mineral nightcap on Thursday and Sunday. This rotation prevents your body from adapting to any single approach while targeting different aspects of blood sugar control throughout the week. Tracking your results properly is essential to see what's working best for you. Create a simple log that records your bedtime glucose, which drink you used, and your morning reading. After 2 weeks, patterns will emerge showing which drinks have the strongest effect on your specific body chemistry. What should you expect in terms of a timeline? Most people notice their first improvements within 3 to 5 days. By the end of the first week, morning readings typically drop by 10 to 20 points. By the end of the second week, many see a 20 to 30 point reduction. And by the 1 month mark, it's not uncommon for people to experience a 30 to 40 point improvement in morning glucose levels. Patricia, a 70-year-old with a 15-year history of diabetes, combined all 3 drinks in rotation and saw her stubborn morning readings drop from the 190s to the 140s in just 3 weeks. If you have specific health conditions, you may need to modify these approaches. For those with acid reflux, skip the apple cider vinegar and focus on the other 2 options. If you have kidney issues, use the cinnamon tea but avoid the added salt in the protein drink. For those with dairy allergies, the substitutions mentioned earlier work just as effectively. The key principle is consistency. These drinks work by gradually resetting your body's overnight glucose regulation systems. Missing days or using them sporadically will significantly reduce their effectiveness. Think of it like a prescription medication that needs to maintain a certain level in your system to work properly. Within a month of consistent use, many people find their dawn phenomenon dramatically reduced, waking up to numbers they haven't seen in years. Common questions answered. Let's address some of the most common questions people ask about these bedtime drinks. First, will these drinks disrupt your sleep? This is a valid concern, as good sleep is also crucial for blood sugar control. The apple cider vinegar mixture and cinnamon tea should be consumed early enough, 1 to 2 hours and 30 to 60 minutes before bed, respectively, that they won't cause nighttime bathroom trips. The protein mineral nightcap is designed to be small enough, just 8 ounces, that it typically doesn't disturb sleep. In fact, many people report improved sleep quality after starting these drinks because stable blood sugar leads to fewer sleep disruptions. Next, do these drinks interact with medications? This is an important consideration. Apple cider vinegar may enhance the effects of insulin or certain diabetes medications, potentially leading to lower than expected blood sugar. It's also known to interact with certain diuretics and heart medications. Cinnamon can also potentiate insulin and diabetes medications, and may interact with blood thinners due to its natural coumarin content. The protein mineral nightcap has the fewest known interactions, but the minerals could affect certain antibiotics or thyroid medications. Always consult with your healthcare provider before starting these drinks, especially if you're on prescription medications. Can these drinks replace diabetes medications? The short answer is no. These drinks are complementary approaches, not replacements for prescribed medical treatment. While some people find their medication needs change after consistently improved blood sugar, never adjust or stop medications without consulting your healthcare provider. Some healthcare practitioners actually recommend these drinks alongside conventional treatment for enhanced results. How long should you continue this routine? Unlike fad diets or quick fixes, these drinks produce benefits that continue building over time. Most people see the best results when they make these beverages a permanent part of their evening routine. After 3 to 6 months of consistent use, some find they can reduce to 3 to 4 times per week while maintaining benefits. The underlying mechanisms, improved insulin sensitivity, reduced inflammation, and regulated liver glucose output, tend to strengthen with consistent use. What about people with kidney issues? This is an important consideration since kidney problems are common in diabetes. For those with kidney disease, the apple cider vinegar mixture should generally be avoided or used only with medical supervision due to its acid content. The protein content in the nightcap should be adjusted based on your doctor's recommendations for protein intake. The cinnamon tea is typically the safest option for those with kidney concerns, but still check with your healthcare provider. What if you don't see results right away? Some people are what we might call slow responders. If you don't see changes within the first week, don't give up. Try adjusting the timing slightly, 30 minutes earlier or later, or modifying the recipes, such as increasing the cinnamon slightly or changing the type of protein in the nightcap. For approximately 15% of people, it takes a full month to see significant changes in morning readings as their bodies adjust. These drinks work with your body's natural systems, and sometimes those systems need more time to respond. Conclusion: there you have it. 3 powerful bedtime drinks that could transform your morning blood sugar readings: the apple cider vinegar mixture that slows down liver glucose production, the cinnamon tea formulation that mimics insulin and improves its effectiveness, and the protein mineral nightcap that provides blood sugar stability throughout the night. Each addresses a different aspect of the dawn phenomenon, creating a comprehensive approach to those frustrating morning numbers. The beauty of this strategy is its simplicity. These drinks use common ingredients found in most kitchens, cost just pennies per serving, and take only minutes to prepare. Yet, the results can be truly life-changing. Imagine waking up to numbers 20, 30, or even 40 points lower than what you're seeing now. Think about starting each day feeling successful instead of defeated before breakfast. Consider what stable morning blood sugar could mean for your overall diabetes management, energy levels, and long-term health. Why not try one of these drinks tonight? The apple cider vinegar mixture is often the quickest to show results, making it a great first choice. Remember to consume it about 1 to 2 hours before bedtime for optimal effectiveness. Share your experience in the comments below. What were your readings before starting these drinks? What changes have you noticed? Which of the 3 works best for your body? Your story could help thousands of others facing the same morning struggles. If you found this information valuable, tap that subscribe button and notification bell. Each week, practical, science-backed strategies are shared here that help take control of blood sugar naturally. Remember, high morning readings aren't inevitable. With these simple bedtime drinks, you have powerful tools to change what happens during those critical overnight hours. Your body has an amazing capacity to rebalance when given the right support. Here's to waking up with numbers that make you smile.